He's the one who was winding up the machinery, and then it goes automatically on its own. And he went somewhere else. Now I mean, don't say where he went on vacation somewhere. Now the world is going out without his further intervention. This is deism. And since he has gone, he's not intervening anymore, and he left everything to us. Now we have to figure out and solve all the problems. We cannot depend on God anymore. That was a very, and probably still is a popular idea in the Western world. So you have these different kinds of concepts about God, and they are struggling hard, philosophy. They're arguing forth and back, and no one can really get a handle on what it, because they all have their internal contradictions. They all, all of them, they don't give a complete description of reality. But here, actually, Krishna is giving the complete understanding. Yes, it's both this and that. It's not either or, but it's both this and that. He's both inside everything, and yet in the same time he's also outside of everything, has nothing to do with this world. At the same time, it's this inconceivable nature of God that is the biggest secret of all secrets. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, it's the biggest secret of all secrets, understanding this inconceivable nature of God, that he's both outside and inside everything. But then one would say, but if he is everything, then he's just a sum total of everything. No, he's existing completely independently of everything also. If you take everything away from him, then, because someone say, God is a sum total of everything, and if you subtract everything, then there's only zero left. But no, that's not Krishna. Krishna is everything, but even if we subtract everything, just if you can imagine that someone stole everything from God, still he wouldn't have lost anything. He would be as complete as he was before. That's kind of the inconceivable understanding, and that's and the inconceivable nature of that cannot be only understood by logic. Logic is part of it. Understanding the philosophy of what said in Bhagavad Gita is part of it, but it is realized only when one engages favorable in service to Krishna. One becomes favorably inclined to Krishna, and one starts rendering service and actually offering one's very existence to Krishna, knowing that since Krishna is in everything, Krishna is also in me. It's my nature. I don't have a separate existence from Krishna. That's also, I don't exist separately. But I am an individual, different from Krishna, but I don't exist separate from Krishna. At the same. So when one understands that, and then since I have no existence independent of Krishna, my nature is simply to be engaged in relating and serving Krishna, the whole. When one understands that, then one will realize and understand everything that is here in the Bhagavad Gita, the greatest secret of all secrets. And that's perfection of life. It will actually solve all our problems. If one is able to come to the point where one simply perceives Krishna in everything, then one will no longer be destructive in one's activities and one's mentality. Now we have often a very destructive mentality to other parts of Krishna's existence. For example, we may have violence, thoughts, inclinations towards other people or the living beings. Sometimes we experience that. I hate so and so. I just feel inclined to use someone or harm someone like that. But that's because we're seeing things separate from Krishna. If we are actually seeing that there is nothing but Krishna's existence, we wouldn't even cross our mind. Just like the body is a whole. My body is a whole. It doesn't cross my hand to harm the other hand. They're part of the same. My different limbs of my body. They are part of the same body, and they work all in nice cooperation for the benefit of the whole body. It's not. the hands don't hate the legs, or want to harm them, or find joy in harming the legs, because we're part of this. We're part of the same whole. So someone who's actually seen how Krishna is, there's nothing separate from Krishna, doesn't have this mentality of wanting to harm in any way any other part of Krishna's existence, because it just doesn't make sense. How can you harm yourself? It is in one sense harming yourself to harm any other part of existence, because we're all part of the same whole. That understanding, when one is able to see Krishna's existence in everything, will make one complete and non-violent and peaceful and a well-wisher of everything, and actually happy. Really will make one happy. And also one will see, yes, I am an individual separate from Krishna. That will mean I can also experience great happiness and love and joy, which is actually there in two-ness. There's no joy in just complete oneness, that there's only me, only me as an individual. That is actually boring, because when one becomes very lonely. It's actually the dynamic between different persons that makes life interesting and exciting. So that's also there. One gets at the same time both visions. Everything is one, but also, we are all different individuals, and Krishna is a different individual, and that makes life interesting and exciting and full of enjoyment. And actually makes real love a possibility. One will actually experience real love in reciprocation with Krishna, with everyone else, all his parts and parcels. That is the knowledge that is being given here in this part of the Bhagavad Gita. It's, as I say, it's somewhat inconceivable, and I can say honestly for myself, it's complete. I don't really understand it. I don't even know what I'm talking about in here. But it's to talk about it is still very, very, very important, and also very fascinating, because realizations comes up when we talk about it. But still we do not understand it, but we experience this inconceivable nature of Krishna, both the oneness and the difference at the same time. And that is actually the highest level of knowledge at all possible. Are there any questions or comments for the last 3 minutes?
How is he not present in everything?
How is not present in everything? Because his personal self is existing outside. The creation is not dependent on him. Yeah, it's. Krishna just starts the creation. Actually, everything is created by his energy and by his agents. In the creation process, we consider Krishna the creator, but actually, Krishna is not the creator. Brahma is the creator, and Krishna's expansions are the creators. But Krishna himself is just engaged in his own pastimes in the spiritual world. It has nothing to do with this part of this world. And when we say Krishna is a creator, it's actually just contradict the idea that there is no creator. So we say Krishna is a creator. But actually, when you look at the detail, no, he's not the creator. He has his agents creating for him. In that sense, he is existing outside.
Can we understand that Paramatma form of Krishna is present in everything, and Bhagavan is not present in it?
Yeah, you can, but it is also Bhagavan. For the devotee, it is Bhagavan. Paramatma means it's understanding God as there, as a controller, as a powerful, as one in the heart of all us, in every particle atom, and also as God, the big God, out, over everything. When we play up to God up there, it's also Paramatma. But it's kind of impersonal, personal realization. It's because it's mainly a realization of ignorance about his real nature. For someone who has a realization of that personality is Krishna. No, it will not be Paramatma, it will be Krishna, or it is Krishna. The devotee who has love for Krishna sees Krishna in one's heart. specified Paramatma, but actually no, it's Krishna. So it's both. You cannot nail it down. It's either this and that. No, it is only Paramatma, but then Paramatma is not different from Krishna.
Is Paramatma personal?
He's personal, but we are ignorant about the personality. You can say it's personal, but it's not the personality. Make sense? But simple example is given that it's a realization of, for example, the governing power of the king or the government. You realize there's government going on, and you can definitely see that there's personal attendance, but you don't know the personalities behind. So Bhagavan is realization of the person, who he actually is, his identity and his mood and mentality and preferences and actually just who he is.
You talked about the nature of the little person has the inclination to serve the bigger person.
Mm-hmm.
But looking back, I didn't have much of an inclination to please my teachers or elders.
That's because we drifted so far away from what is natural in this lifetime, in this culture, and as a result of many lifetimes. It's completely unnatural. The way you are and the way I am, we actually. It's really the nature of the son to be inclined toward his father and want to, what father wants. I like to see my father being satisfied with what I'm doing. I want to act in a way so I can go and speak with my father, and I feel actually he's proud of what I'm doing. He's satisfied with what I'm doing. This is actually a normal desire of a son. A normal son. But it's true. I mean, they don't always apply, because here we are rebelling. I hate my father, and I want to be free. He should not control me. It's due to my parents, the upbringing they gave me, and they screwed me up completely, and like that. It's quite grotesque actually, but it is something that is widespread in our modern culture. Why and like that? It's completely unnatural, and it's wrong. Our parents actually gave us, they were raising us, we actually owe them everything. On the material platform, we really owe them everything. They were taking care of us to the point when we could not even eat or go to the toilet ourselves or anything. They were there, and we were so at that time so ungrateful and so impossible, and they were just patiently taking care of us and like that. And later on, they've only been trying to act for our welfare. They're not necessarily done it perfectly, but the intention has always been to act for our welfare. So we should be very grateful to have someone who's as much a well-wisher as a parent is towards a child. I mean, that's actually rare. You don't find friends like that. I don't know any friends who's like. Of course, we have our spiritual father or something like that, but we just live in a very bizarre culture. Something else? I don't know if we can more or less stop here. We will have kirtan now. If you have more questions, as I said, then afterwards, after we've taken prasad, we will serve our feast here at 5 o'clock after we're singing kirtan here. And then at 6 o'clock there will be more questions and answers, if you like. I think I'm supposed to be present either Probably we'll go out on the lawn and sit out in the sunshine and just talk and discuss and take question and answers as you like. Join. We have Kirsten now. Who's leading Kirsten?
Lalitanatha